But when you meet one of the puppy raisers, even one of the first-time ones, they say even though it's a lot of responsibility to raise one of these guys, it's an experience that's life-changing. Now, the shooting occurred here at the 145th Street subway station yesterday afternoon. Now, police say when the suspect realized that cops were right behind him, he ran down the stairs here and into the station to try and get away.
Tonight, about 20 homes evacuated. This after police observed what appeared to be a hand grenade in a Nassau County house. Good evening, I'm Richard Rose.
And I'm Christina Regnault. At around 1:30 this afternoon, police responded to an automatic alarm on Narrow Lane in Woodmere. Even though the Jets didn't make it this year, you can still enjoy the game in a nice comfy recliner and a big flat screen TV. I know I will. Today we're getting a taste of Long Island with its ritzy homes, beautiful beaches, and some of the best home cooks. Next on Everyday Chefs. Now, Kurt, you have two Mets fans here. Mm-hmm. How are they looking?
Do I have to answer that? Honestly?
Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
Guess
Happy birthday, Richard.
All right. But Mayor Levy says what happens when officers are needed in the 3rd Precinct, which is estimated to handle 20% of the calls in the entire county. He says he's afraid the officer that's been stationed here for years will be gone. Hundreds of drivers in western New York were left stranded on an interstate last night. Well, thank you for joining us here tonight for the News at 11. I'm Christina Regnault. The names of the nearly 3,000 people killed on September 11, 2001 surround the 2-acre-wide waterfalls in the footprints of the Twin Towers. The 9/11 memorial opened to the public today, but families of the victims were able to see it during Sunday's solemn remembrance.
We've had a long 10 years, and we've never received anything from our brother, so we don't really have a place to grieve. This is our place to grieve. And it's, while it's hard to be here, this is all we have. Security remains tight even today in Manhattan with vehicle checkpoints. Sunday, visitors' bags were searched just blocks away from the ceremonies.
And my father, Ramon Suarez, 10 years ago, you made the biggest sacrifice, but with pride and honor.
Thousands came to Ground Zero along with both of the nation's two post-9/11 presidents to mark the 10th anniversary of the terrorist attacks.
God is our refuge and strength, a very present help in trouble. Therefore, we will not fear.
But not everyone goes down to Ground Zero. Families here at FDNY's Engine 54 in Midtown gather each year to pay their respects to those who were lost.
It's more personal and quieter than going down to Ground Zero.
The Pride of Midtown has a memorial of their own right across the street from the firehouse with the names of the 15 men who gave their lives to save others. One of them, Maureen's 36-year-old brother, Lenny Regalia.
They left this firehouse at 8:48 when they got the phone, when they got the call. And most of them were never recovered, so they're still there.
But not everyone who came to Lower Manhattan lost a loved one on 9/11. Chelsea Kiefer was in a Wisconsin classroom 10 years ago, but promised herself she would make it here one day.
I feel like it doesn't matter how old you are, this is a part of our history now, so it's definitely important to pay tribute.
And as the skies went black, light shone from the site of the Trade Center towers, a tribute in light. In Manhattan, Christina Regnault, TV 10 and 55 News. Amy and Doug Kenner of Great Neck got married in June of 2009, and they're expecting their second child, yet still don't have the video of their wedding.
His mother, unfortunately, is sick with stage 4 metastatic lung cancer. And her vision's going, I'm sorry, I'm going to get emotional. Her vision's going. It's like the positives that you have. Like, you want to hold on to that.
But even after numerous emails and phone calls, the photographer they hired, Gary Lelly of St. James, still hasn't handed over those memories on film. The Kenners and several other former clients of Lelly's came face-to-face with him at a civil hearing at the Suffolk County Consumer Affairs Office in Hauppauge in the hopes of coming to some resolution.
All we want is to move past this. The only thing that ever causes any stress or anger in our household is this man.
Based on the 11 complaints filed with Consumer Affairs against Lelly, the office could fine him more than $15,000. The Suffolk County District Attorney has been given copies of these complaints, but after hours of negotiations, Lelly, who agreed to talk to us off camera, says he will provide each couple with what he owes them, in some cases monetary compensation, all by May 31st.
I didn't lie, I didn't cheat to them. All I did was, it may have taken a little bit longer to accomplish, but everybody is going to get what they're supposed to get.
But of course, as far as Consumer Affairs is concerned, these cases are still open. And until Lely comes up with exactly what is promised, further action may be taken as far as fines and/or criminal charges.
If he doesn't resolve something, or we find out that some of the information that he has supplied us is not correct, then we would go forward.
But Danielle Rella of Smithtown, who hired Lely more than 4.5 years ago for her wedding, says in the end she just wants all of the albums, pictures, and footage she paid for.
It seems so simple. You're a business person, you take people's money, you produce the product, end of story. But apparently it's not that simple.
In Hauppauge, Christina Regnault, TV 10 and 55 News.
I look forward to it.
What does 86-year-old Joe Malcolmson look forward to? Flying the trapeze with the iFly Trapeze School in the Tanglewood Preserve in Rockville Center. Joe says he's been active his whole life and still walks the preserve every day, which is in the backyard of Atria Tanglewood, where he lives.
The bottom line is you get a feeling of euphoria. So if you want to feel good, race walk, be continuously active, and you'll feel good. And what's bad about feeling good?
And the instructors tell us Joe is the perfect example of if you want to fly on the trapeze, it can and will happen.
You're not too small, you're not too big, you're not too old, you're not too young. You know, we've had even the smallest kids come up and 2.5, 3 years old. We generally say 4 years old is the age we start, but if they want to try, we'll show them. People who are afraid of heights, people who think they have no upper body strength, all irrelevant.
So with that, I decided to climb 23 feet into the air and give it a try. While I still need a little practice on the trapeze, Joe says he was even an avid body surfer until about 10 years ago, after his wife, who has since passed away, asked him to stop after he got hurt.
The bet is off now. I might get back to it.
In Rockville Center, Christina Regnault, TV 10 and 55 News.